Access and benefit sharing are and have always been at the core of the Commission's mandate and of the Commission's work. Access is important for farmers as well as for scientists to improve crops, to adapt to new conditions, and to improve, of course, production. Benefit sharing is an important tool to facilitate access to genetic resources. Benefit sharing, the tool of benefit sharing, is a reward as well as an incentive for providers of genetic resources to share their genetic resources with others. And only by sharing genetic resources, we will in the long term be able to conserve genetic resources for food and agriculture. And we know that only by using genetic resources for food and agriculture, we will be able to effectively conserve them. Well, one could probably list a number of different decisions and global action plans as the major achievements of the Commission. But probably the most important achievement of the Commission is its continued existence. The Commission is a body that regularly meets and where governments are able to exchange views and quite often, in fact, to agree on a number of issues which are of global relevance. And this probably is the achievement of the Commission, its very existence. The existence of a forum where governments meet, discuss, sometimes also fight, but usually agree on globally important issues in the field of genetic resources for food and agriculture. But if you're asking me for one specific achievement in the field of access and benefit sharing, then of course this would be the International Treaty on Plant Genetic Resources for Food and Agriculture, which is an historical achievement because this international treaty facilitates access and exchange of plant genetic resources. And it does that without requiring providers and users of genetic resources to conclude on a case-by-case basis private contracts. And it offers instead a multilateral system in which providers and users of genetic resources exchange plant genetic resources for food and agriculture on the basis of standardized conditions, which facilitates access, which facilitates exchange, and which facilitates use of plant genetic resources. Well, I will not make any specific recommendations given that I'm part of the Secretariat of the Commission. But what I assume might happen in the future is that the Commission will look very carefully at the issue of access and benefit sharing as far as genetic resources are concerned, which are currently not regulated by the International Treaty on Plant Genetic Resources for Food and Agriculture. There are many other genetic resources for food and agriculture for which there is no specific regime, be it voluntary or mandatory, that would address these issues, the issues of access and benefit sharing. And I'm sure that the Commission will look into this closer in the very near future. And in fact, the Commission has taken first steps that will allow the Commission to consider this issue, and we will need to see in the near future where this process leads us to.